We now return to Let's Play Zeus. Okay, well, we need to get this out here in a little bit of a hurry. Mostly so I can stop the music from constantly playing like that when I start a new video. I guess we'll just put this here. I mean, at most I'm going to get 8 out of this square, which I guess is not too bad of an idea. I was just thinking maybe I could get even more of it, but we're going to have room galore over here, so I really don't need to worry too much about that, to be honest. So I guess in future planning, I can do a theater over here on this side, and maybe some 3-bys over here. That way this will go around, and we'll just have 8 people in this neighborhood. So let's see if we can put down here, which we can't, of course, because there's not enough appeal to do so. Now, what could I put here? I've already got a tax office. No, I don't have a tax office. So if I put a tax office here, that should only just come out here, right? Yep. Okay, cool. And then I can maybe offset that with a flower garden behind. And so then we'll do like a park. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say right there. Okay, that is enough. Curiously. Could maybe even make that Gnosis demands money. Well, I think that's fine because we can afford it. We'll do Corinthian columns 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Let's see if maybe that's enough for this. Surprisingly it is. Okay, well that should be enough there then. Okay, so I'd figured out Naxos needs olive oil for a festival. Okay. Figured out how to solve this, sort of. So I want the gatehouse maybe instead of right here horizontally to be here. Well, I mean to be horizontal to that road. We were unable to accept the tribute. We must be buying too much. Or I just don't.
If you worship
Interesting.
me, my beloved,
well, I'm gonna maybe lower this to 4 in that case, because clearly we're buying too much. Eventually, maybe we will need that much. In fact, now that they've actually got some, I'm willing to bet I could even just kind of turn that off. And they wouldn't even need to consume any of it. We've got so many olives. Okay, well, that distraction is over for a moment, so let's come back in here. I want to put a gatehouse here, meaning that there will be a road attached to this. Now, is this actually a road, or is this just... I think this is actually the beautification. So, in order to get a real road in here, I think I'd have to put it like that, which is not actually good. So we'll take it there, and this is going to mean basically that I put this here, but that I put a roadblock there. So now I can put some stuff there, sort of. Well, actually that's not going to be enough either, is it? Because what I want to do is get rid of this road. We can afford to do that and actually bump this out. So if I do that, bump it out just 1. Let's see. Let's go ahead and tear this out and that. And so now, if I... Why did I do that? Come out here at the wall and go this way. And then go this way. That will give me enough for a tower on either corner. So that'll work there. And now because of the wall is going to take up 2 alone. So the road will actually kind of jut out and jut back in is how this is really gonna go. Maybe before ruining pathfinding I should... Okay, so it can't go there, it's gonna have to come out to here to do it. So that's how that's gonna look. Okay. Thebes needs wood. Boy, everybody's needing something. So do I end up closing that off, or do I guess it depends on how badly I want to be able to use... okay. I've actually got this now, because I can leave a 3x3 area here. So we will actually have the road come to, like, there. Line up the gatehouse on that.
Life doesn't have to be unpleasant. Worship me and find out.
And we'll do something like that. And then we'll come out this end, and it's awkward that it does that, but it does still actually connect. I believe a walker will actually go... Well, I mean, there are no walkers on the walls, but it can fit there. I don't think I can put a tower there. No, but I could put a tower there. Well, it's still closed off, either way. It just looks weird. Because the only other alternative is to bump it down one more and then not have something go here, which it might be okay, but it's kind of unnecessary. You know, now that I'm looking at it, maybe I don't even need to do this. Maybe I can just put the gatehouse here. Well, but then I couldn't put anything on this side. Man, this is just a cluster, isn't it? Although I don't really need it to. Looking at it now, because... Yeah, because I don't. I could actually just have it run right here, because there's a spot there, there's a spot there, and there's a spot there, and we've already got a podium down and a gymnasium, so all my potential buildings for culture are down. I don't need to add any more. Change of plans, again. So instead of that, we will be putting a gatehouse... Are you kidding me with this? There. A gatehouse like so. And we'll just have it run along the outside of the wall. So that we do a wall like that. Allowing me to put that, for crying out loud, there. And that'll work. And then we can put, like, either something here or a garden or whatever. So I will leave that for a moment, because like I had originally said, I thought about putting something on this end to kind of L shape into here if we need more. So we will leave that for the moment, because we might not actually be able to do that unless I'm doing like a one-sided thing, which I can do. I can do a one-sided road here just so it's going nearby, having some beautification on this side, and then we can put a wall still along the outside of it. Boy, that's going to cut it real close though. So maybe I'd put the other agora here, or I don't know yet, but we need to ensure that we have that, and then we need to get more wine. We don't have anybody making wine, correct? Yeah, I don't think that's a thing right now. So, since this is going to be sort of a sacred grove area on this side, and we'll put Dionysus' temple there, let's just go ahead and get started with a few grapevine. I guess I can do it here. Not sure how many it needs. Just get rid of that one because that's weird. And so if we're going to be doing that, now I'm probably going to put down a warehouse here purely for grapes. And I guess that means then that along the back side is where we will put some wine presses. Wineries. I mean, 3 ought to be enough, but 2 will do for now. We've got 18 people. I have no current plans to build anything up, although all these guys need is beautification, I think. Appeal will help. So this space that I left here, I guess I left that for a house, because that's really the only thing that can go there. Let's talk about putting down some ionic columns along the back. Not there.
What could be
And
better
then
than to have
some
your
park.
people well fed?
We'll do like that. Because this will be able to house a few of these buildings. Oh yeah. So I could put more houses down there, but this beautification, apparently this appeal still hasn't appealed that away. Which I guess probably makes some sense. Let's do... I don't know, what should we do? A gazebo here? What am I going to do with this road? I kind of intended that road to maybe run along the back side, but now that I had this thing in the way, it won't do that. So it'll have to go off into maybe another L-shape housing unit. Probably do that. Let's go ahead and fill this in. Yeah, we'll just bookend that with a gazebo there. At least got that one up, but this still does not have enough. So, when we do this one, I'm going to have to think about putting down probably another trophy, another monument. But we're not super hard up for people. I guess I could delete that one. I don't really have use for it at the moment. So I could squeeze more people out of that. What was that? Tribute forfeit. Yeah, I still don't have enough. Still don't have enough fleece. Oh, and then over here. Well, I guess we'll just. I was thinking of putting garden, but I have yet to actually put avenue along here. So we'll just do that since it's effectively the same thing. At least it'll match half the road. Although we've got this weird broken up tile along there.
Worship me
Yeah.
and find out.
How's the appeal over here? It's kind of bad in that corner, so I could either put a garden over there, a hedge maze, or I could put another monument. I just don't like putting down so many monuments. You know, just for gameplay wise, yeah, it helps out a lot, and spamming the monuments really is a good way to kind of get through it, but it just doesn't look as good with all of that stuff. So I guess now that we've got bronze, I am no longer purchasing this stuff, correct? I could begin selling it. Likewise, I could start taking armor. What do these guys need? They just need more venues for culture. So let's actually put some people into that. Which actually could have some negative impact on things that I want to do. Because now we need people. So there's that. I guess temporarily I'll destroy that one just to give me enough to put down another housing block. Although, you know what? Why don't we get the housing block started over here? I did actually want to do something with this. And I got rows here for more people, actually. But let's do a podium right here. It's not much of a walking distance for those guys, but do something like that. Because I did, like I said, want to get this up to townhouse level, so that we at least have some nicer places around what still thematically is going to be the Agora, but is kind of still difficult to make that look that way. Okay. So if I want a road along this side, but really I should have it probably this side. I'll be having it here, which means that there's going to be a roadblock here, because this is going to be another agora space. So in that case, this will basically just be another park. It's unfortunate I can't adjust that. Whatever. We're going to get 160 people. That'll last us for a little while. Everybody here except for this has some culture. Still not completely solid on this thing right here. I may actually just put the stadium right here, because I'm probably not going to have houses up in this side. I could, but I could put the stadium there, then another large agora, which then comes up into here to feed these people. That might do it. Alright, so what else do we have here? We've got the podium, we've got a theater, we've got an athlete. Is that not enough? Oh, okay, now we're on the armor. I was going to say, that should be all the culture that I have. Okay, so let's do some
To have your people well fed.
some foundries. We'll get that going. So we're going to need another storehouse here, but what will that be for? Will that be for... what will that be for? And the way I've got this, I could... I mean, I can just build off of this and put something nice there. The only thing really for it, though, is to... Okay, we've got enough of this. Let's focus on this for a minute real quick. Bring Odysseus around. All we're going to get rid of is pretty much all the olive oil. Hopefully that'll fill back in real quick. Looks like I could probably do with another press. I'm not selling this stuff, am I? I'm only selling marble. That is the only product that I am selling. What? But what about wood? I stopped selling wood because I needed it. Actually, thinking about that, now that we've got that temple built, we can resume construction on this, which means necessarily I will need to be buying... Why am I selling that?
The world-renowned Odysseus, King of Ithaca, is here. Penelope will have to wait a long time before she sees me again. This city is so great.
Hygiene's great, there's no unrest, and finances are up. No known threats. This might be a little bit of one.
Penelope will have to wait a long time before she sees
maybe
me
say something
again.
else.
This city is so great.
I'm actually very surprised that our trade network has not been disrupted at all because of this.
I've seen worse trouble in my travels.
And just like that, Scylla's dead. Did we, Okay, I didn't get a monster thing for that. Is that even a thing? I feel like there's a thing for monster monuments. Okay, well that little fiasco there is done. So now, what I actually do need, well, aside from hurrying the hell up with my olive oil production, is I do need to get another one of these up here, and this one specifically for armor. Now, okay, here's the thing. Is this...
Eureka! I found the best city and the most capable ruler.
Is this going to be too far away for armor? I guess we'll find out. You know, something else, though. If I did the horse ranch... Nah, we'll just have to put the horse ranch nearby. In fact, I can put it out here, seeing as how that's not really hurting much. And I could maybe specifically get something from... Well, the wheat would be coming from Naxos. So that would be coming from here. But transportation-wise, I could come all the way around to the front. So I can just have the horse ranches out here. I really wish I had wheat farms of my own. But that does not seem to be a thing. Okay, well, we've accomplished that. That's pretty good. This is going to jut out a little bit to get around the theater here. But everything seems to be good for right now. Excellent. Those people are all done. All they want next is more appeal. What about you guys? Olive oil. Yeah, well, olive oil is going to be a thing for a while. We're going to have to hold off on that. Tributes again. Those guys are still building. Slabs of marble, sculpture, etc. We've got the marble. That's not an issue. I guess now we can work on our own sculpture, which is not there. It is here. So this doesn't fit. How did I mismeasure that? It's identical to this. How does that not fit? So I guess it'll fit here, it just won't fit here, so we'll end up... excuse me. Oh, right, because I do have a line of these. Oh, right, because I wanted to push them back. Ah, right. God. I've forgotten. No, okay. It's kind of a waste when it does that, because then you have to eliminate basically what they've already got in there and all the time it took, but, you know. Jeez. Foundry again. Let go of it. Doric column, Doric column, Doric column. Kadoke. So let's go ahead and put down some armory. I mean, it's keeping it inside an industrial area, but I kind of feel like... Nah. There's not really any place to have a military center for. It just doesn't really work, does it? So we can put... How about we do that? Put 2 armories, and we'll put 2 sculpture studios, and we'll get it started that way. So we'll take our park. Employees needed. Do like that. How many employees? 6. Okay. So now it looks like we're going to have to revisit our housing situation. I can only imagine that having some of this low appeal down here is probably going to have a negative impact. If I put these kinds of houses, the hovels, right next to this, and that's not really the lowest of the low anyway. At most, perhaps these guys need to be at tenement level, followed by these down here at hovel. Which means that in that case I'm going to need a second source of... Well, first of all, I'm going to need fleece. That'll be good, because that'll start emptying that out. But then they're going to need a second source of culture. We already have a college here, so I could just place a podium here. I don't really want it side by side. That's a little tacky. Alternatively, I could knock out that hovel and just put this over here, because clockwise it would release out this way. Unnecessary, but whatever. I can, however, go ahead and put this down, because I know I want one there.
Life doesn't have to be unpleasant. Worship me.
I just realized I don't even have an infirmary in here. I need more people. Peculiar. So, how? I see. So, somehow these guys are benefiting from the competitors. These three houses are benefiting from the competitors coming out this way and apparently going here to get up to that. These ones are benefiting from the college guy going that way, and these ones are benefiting from the theater guy coming up this way. That is why they do not all have appeal here. That is very interesting. Also extremely annoying, but anyway, infirmary, yes. This bolstered a huge amount of growth that I was kind of unprepared for. So, I don't know. If I put this here, it'll be ugly and disgusting appeal, but should exit out right here, correct? Or no? It's going to exit out here. Yep. See, because they exit to the top right. Shazbat. Well, I mean, I guess I can put it here. That should just have it wandering out this way. Yep, there it goes. Okay, we'll do, I don't know, another gazebo. Man, the more I continue to play this, the more I really do wish I had the foresight to do the Poseidon map, like make a custom Poseidon map. That way I could play the Poseidon expansion and have more appeal options. Although I don't think that'd be a thing I could do, because we'd be using the Poseidon Atlantean architecture and culture buildings, wouldn't we? I don't think it would cross over. So never mind there, I guess. Okay, so we have some armor in stock. Very small amount, but let's go ahead and get started with that. Are we too far away? Nope. We are, in fact, just fine. Let's increase our foundries. Put another one there, but we're going to put another armory in the back. So yeah, I could put sculpture, I could put that back and make this one accept sculpture. But see, that they won't stop there, will they? If we're selling the sculpture, they will take it directly to where it needs to go. Have we completed this? What are we waiting on? Supply of wood. Supply of wood? Okay. Well, let's do this then. We'll take wood from here. We'll take wood and... I mean, I guess I could pop sculpture here. But again, I don't know that they would take it. We'll do 4. That's going to be half of that. I don't know. I guess we'll see. And in that case, we will now do some woodcutters. Not there, though. This is quite the industrial park. I almost feel like, just for variety, maybe I should not have them bunched together. You know, just kind of for the look of this, because what I'm envisioning, after the Emperor series, you know, you kind of look over the city, and it looked busy. It looked a little bit uniform in places, but it looked busy. For this, that's kind of what I was hoping with the winding streets and all this, that when it was all done, you'd look over it and it would be a city. So maybe to kind of help with a little bit of variety here, I could stagger where these are instead of putting, you know, the buildings right next to each other. Maybe vary them a bit? Alright, so clearly I need more growers' lodges because we don't have enough olives now to sustain the presses and the grapes at the same time. But I don't have any workers, so we got 16 people who can move in. I guess we'll have to start addressing the appeal issue over here, or just add more people in along the backside or something. They will indeed also require a second source of culture. The quickest, naturally, being you know, can we just let's stop all fleece buying altogether. I don't need to be spending money. Clearly I'm not using enough that my tribute is not coming in. You know, bronze-wise, I don't know, maybe I need a little bit more, because this guy's just hanging out here. And we're not producing enough. It's taking them too long to get up here and go to this. Even though, where's Hephaestus been? I mean, now, to get... Did you see that? I know they go and get food when you don't have sheep or goats available, but he brought a guy with the wagon to bring that whole thing here. Well, if we could get Hephaestus in here so I could see him, maybe he would wander down here and do some blessing, but maybe I've got this flipped. Didn't I actually say this in an earlier video? Now that I think about it, again, I totally did, didn't I? And then I forgot about it. I was going to put the growing stuff closer to here, and then I was going to put these closer to over here. Oh my god. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just do that off camera then. I'll just do a little bit of a swapping. This video's gone on quite some time, so I'm going to end this one here. And I will see you next time.